This is a video on coral reef degradation and the effects that coral reef degradation can have on the planet's oceans and aquatic ecosystems. What makes coral reefs so important? Coral reefs are a living organism that can be an indicator for the health of the ocean's ecosystems. Coral reefs are a home to a diverse ecosystem, so many plants and animals live within coral reefs and depend on it for food and shelter. Coral reefs also protect the tidal erosion and can protect the coast from damaging tropical waves. So anything that might be able to, like if a hurricane were to come through, it can kind of stop those waves from happening. Coral reefs help with carbon cycling, are a good source of essential nutrients for the marine food chain. And aside from their scientific importance, they can also be a good source of tourism, as seen in the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. Coral reefs can be incredibly insensitive to changes in ocean temperature. When the temperature in the ocean rises, there can be a bleaching effect that happens to the coral. Bleaching can cause the coral polyps to separate from the coral skeleton, leaving it a bleached white. Also, when the coral has been bleached, it means it is starving to death. So whenever it turns white, it means the whole system is kind of dying. It just kind of leaves the skeleton behind, which is what all the coral actually attaches to. What happens if coral reefs die? There's an economic side to this question where people may lose their livelihoods due to reliance on coral reefs for jobs. It's very big, like coral reefs are incredibly important to fishing, like the fishing industry, as well as tourism. So like it's an estimated 38 million people are employed around coral reefs. There's also an effect on ecosystems in the coral reefs that are important for feeding and spawning grounds for many fish and marine life. Without these reefs, there would be a decrease in biodiversity. This can cause disruptions in the food chain in these marine ecosystems that will have further effects on animals that do not rely directly on coral. And we also witness greater coastal erosion in areas that have coral reefs. What can be done to stop coral degradation? Simply put, there has to be a change in how people act towards the environment. Coral reefs are sensitive to pollutants that we put in the air, and if we reduce the amount of carbon we emit, there can still be hope for coral recovery. Also, spreading awareness that this is an issue can help people be more inclined to act favorably toward coral reefs.